Shelley Vaughn. My branch was United States Air Force and rank was Airman E3, enlisted 3. We had a recruiter come to our high school, and I had wanted to go to college, but I didn't know how to afford to go to college. My parents couldn't pay for me to go to college. So when I was talking with the recruiter, they were talking about the GI Bill and how I could, do my college courses through the military. And so I think that was the main reason that I joined. So it was 8 weeks in San Antonio. We were a lot of people from a lot of different areas. I don't remember where, but it had such a tight schedule. You just create that bond. Even though it's 8 weeks, you create a bond because you're in such a high stress environment. My air traffic control school was in Biloxi, Mississippi. It was 4 months. So Biloxi, we were very close together. We would travel together. We were an hour from New Orleans, so we went to Mardi Gras that year. I thought it must have been 1994. So I remember that, and so I was still in Biloxi in February. It was really nice because one of our group, within our friend group, she was from Louisiana, Baton Rouge, and so she was the one that was in charge of taking us to Mardi Gras and helping us navigate and getting us out of there when it was not a safe place for, 19-year-olds out of high school. So relationships, friendships, learning different cultures. And then Rapid City was really nice. We had a group that, so it was a family away from a family, a work family. I had to repeat my tower track, the learning of the air traffic control being in the tower. And I'm still not very good about distances. And with the tower, when you're bringing flights in and taking flights off, you have to be able to calculate and understand the keeping the distance from above and below, like 2,000 feet, and then the mileage proximity. And so that's still I'm not really a mileage type of person. I'm more like an algebra type person, solve for X. My duty station was, I received Ellsworth Air Force Base in Rapid City, South Dakota. And so I was assigned to the radar facility, and most of the time, so it had shifts, it had 3 shifts. And so you had your master sergeant was overseeing everything. And then I don't remember for sure, maybe a tech sergeant. But there was someone like controlling the monitor, and then I was always training with someone initially just like on strips. And so there was maybe 4 to 5 of us there. The majority were still male air traffic controllers, and so as the female, and I'm a rule follower, we had tasks. So as the females, we would make the coffee when we got there. If there was something about food or meals, we were tasked with, certain things regarding food. And it was still the early 90s. It was still, you did as you were told. I never felt, I was never talked down to, or they never used language with me, or it was just, I don't even remember how we knew that we would get there and we were going to be the ones that made the coffee. I don't remember anyone telling me, hey, when you get here, you make the coffee. I don't remember anything like that. But that's what it was, and that's what we did. Can't imagine that anything like that is still not questioned. And I don't know what the percentage is. I mean, I'm sure at that time the percentage of women in the military was still very low. I got out in 95 and worked, and then I did not go to college until 2001. And I graduated with my RN in 2005. I'm very fortunate when I came home that we had the nursing program here, and I was able to attend the nursing program. And the reason that I went that route was that I saw it as a set amount of time, something that I could go to and complete, and then be able to support my family once I was completed. Whereas with air traffic control, I couldn't wrap my head around it. I really would have loved to have been a nurse in the military. I think that would have been just absolutely amazing. At that time, we still heavily used ASVAB, and I thought that whatever I tested into, that's the job duty I had to do. And at that time, I remember when they told me that I tested into air traffic controller and that's what I was going to do, I thought that I was going to be standing on the runway. I didn't realize what I had no idea what the job entailed. So, and I guess I didn't show healthcare when I did that test, I'm not sure. I'm a family nurse practitioner, so I graduated from EAC in 2005 as an associate's degree RN, and then I went on to NAU. Many of the schools have online bachelor's programs, so I was very fortunate because of the teachers that I had encouraged us to continue and get a bachelor's degree. And when they encouraged that, you couldn't really see the value in it. So 2 of us out of my class, we continued and we did the NAU online. And then once I did that, then I could start doing clinical instructing, and that was really enjoyable. And then I went with a friend of mine to Honduras in 2006 for a medical mission. And we had a family nurse practitioner with us, and I saw what she was doing, and I was just like, I loved it. She was seeing her own patients, she was diagnosing, she was treating, and I was hooked. And I was also hooked on medical missions. This year was my 15th year of doing a medical mission. I have a nonprofit, Gila Valley Medical Projects, with Dr. Lynn Smith. We went to Nigeria at the beginning of the year. He's actually going to Dominican Republic tomorrow. We went to Dominican Republic last year. I can't go this year because of just too much time off. And so we will continue to serve missions. We already have our dates and projects set up for Nigeria for 2024. So important for us to recognize. You think of all the people that served in the previous wars and what that involved and what that established, and what such a serious thing that there were so many people that their husband or son got up, signed up, and went, and without even hesitation, they went and served for their country to maintain our freedom. I'm very proud of being a veteran.